Hey, so let's talk about that moment, that rush of panic when you need to speak English. If you've ever felt it, this is for you. We're going to break down how to turn that anxiety into real, unshakable confidence, step by step. You know the feeling, right? You're in a meeting, maybe just trying to order a coffee. The English words are right there, swirling around in your head, but the second it's your turn to speak, poof, they're just gone.
If that hits close to home, just take a breath. Seriously, you're not broken, and you are definitely not the only one who feels this way. It's an incredibly calming, almost universal part of learning a new language. It's fear, and it's totally normal.
That silence, that feeling of being frozen on the spot, that isn't some kind of weakness or character flaw. No way! It's a biological reaction. And you know what? Understanding why it happens is the very first step to making it stop.
Think about it. Speaking a new language is one of the most vulnerable things we can do. Our brain, which is wired for survival, kind of interprets this vulnerability, the risk of being judged or misunderstood, as a danger. So what does it do? It hits the emergency brake. It freezes you to protect you.
Okay, so let's get into the nitty-gritty of this, because once you really get why your brain is doing this, you can start to take back control. It really all boils down to a 5-step process.
First up, you've got to name your fear. What is it really? Looking silly? Forgetting one word? Just putting a name on it gives you power over it. Then, step 2 is huge. Reframe your mistakes. They are not failures, they are breadcrumbs showing the path you're taking. From there, you separate your identity from your performance. Your English skills don't define who you are. Then, you use gradual exposure. Little by little, you face the fear in small, safe ways. And all of this lets you do the final step, build a completely new story about yourself as a confident speaker.
And this is the key. All that nervous energy, the racing heart, the sweaty palms, that's not a stop sign. It's fuel. It's pure energy your body is giving you to rise to a challenge. So your job isn't to get rid of it. It's to grab it and point it in the right direction, into focus, into action.
So this leads us to the biggest shift we need to make. The number one thing holding you back isn't your vocabulary or your grammar. It's your mindset. We have got to move away from chasing perfection and start celebrating progress. This mental switch is everything.
Just look at this. It's a night and day difference, right? The fear mindset turns every single conversation into a high-stakes test you can fail. But the fluency mindset, well, that sees every conversation as a chance to get a little bit better, a chance to practice being brave. And the best part, you get to choose which mindset you want to live in.
This right here, this is the new story you start telling yourself. And listen, these aren't just feel-good phrases. They are literal instructions for your brain. Your mind is always listening to you, so when you repeat these, it starts looking for proof that they're true.
Okay, so we've started reprogramming the mindset. Now, how do we build that solid, real-world confidence? The kind that doesn't just disappear when the pressure is on. Well, it's not about some big, grand gesture. It's about something much, much smaller. Nobody is born confident. It's not a personality trait. It's a result. It's the feeling you get after you've stacked up a bunch of small, successful experiences. We always think we need some huge achievement to feel proud, but that's totally backward. It's the tiny victories that build momentum. They're the bricks that build the foundation.
Which brings me to your new secret weapon, the one-sentence rule. It's so simple. Don't pressure yourself to have a long, perfect conversation. Just aim for one. One single sentence. Today, just one. Tomorrow, maybe another. This lowers the stakes so much that speaking starts to feel safe again.
And every single one of these counts as a huge win. You have to acknowledge them, you have to celebrate them, maybe even write them down. These small wins are the proof your brain needs to start believing that new story we talked about, that you are a capable English speaker.
So where does all this lead?
What does it actually feel like when you get there? When you've gone from being nervous to just natural? It's probably not what you're imagining.
See, true fluency isn't the moment you stop making mistakes. It's the moment you stop caring so much about them. It's when your focus finally shifts from the grammar rules inside your own head to the actual human being standing right in front of you. The goal was never to be perfect. The goal is just to connect.
And that's really the ultimate truth here. Every single time you face that little bit of fear and speak anyway, you're building so much more than language skills. You're building courage. You're building resilience. You're becoming a new version of yourself, one who doesn't let fear call the shots.
So I'll leave you with this question. What's your one small win for today? Not next week, not tomorrow, today. Are you going to order that coffee, send that one text, just say hello? Go pick your one small brick and start building your confidence right now.